baseball season.
I love baseball.
I do too.
If I could see, I'd want to play baseball.
You know, I really like having these gratuitous advertisements. I mean, next week I'm going to have a shirt on with the place where my wife works. Hey guys, you could support us by sponsoring the CD release party.
Absolutely.
Don't you think so?
State Bank.
Yeah,
We like State Bank, that's a shameless.
Shameless plug.
Actually, it's more like a come on. It's like, come on,
A shameless invitation. How's that?
I'm like going to do some pickup lines on State Bank.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see. Hey, you can be my bank anytime, baby. How about that?
We have a rap hit
I'm trying
the making, and you witnessed it here.
I'm trying to court the bank. All right. So
you're already married. You shouldn't be courting anybody.
Well, and by the way, speaking of that, this shirt Jennifer picked out today, and I'm not liking it. So if anybody thinks I look chubby or bad in the shirt, it's my wife's fault, and I'm actually much more attractive.
However, if you think he looks good, it's his wife's credit.
It's her credit. It's her glory, her crown and glory, which people would think would be her hair, but it's not. Actually, it's pretty good hair. So now this song features this is our earliest attempt at writing together.
Sunday Brunch.
Sunday Brunch, indeed. And we actually, let's see, if I remember how it went correctly, you said, pick a key. And okay, and we picked it, and then you said, okay, I'm going to improvise some chord changes. And so, okay. And so
that's right.
Yeah, and so I came up with a little. You played through the chord changes a few times. I came up with a little melody, and then I remember I got a little stuck on after that, and we said, well, it needs to go somewhere else, but it's not. So you came up with a very nice little B section. This song reminds me a little bit. The B section, anyway, reminds me a little bit of the Yellowjackets. Whereas
I can see that.
Yeah, whereas the A section, I would say, was more of a, I don't know, Lee Ritenour, Pat Metheny kind of feel.
Yet another reason we named the album Mixture.
Exactly, yeah. So this song has, of course, myself and Tom, and I actually programmed the drums on this one. But one of my favorite tricks as a producer is to program a MIDI drum pattern that's good and that uses real samples. And then to, especially if you want a specific groove that's very, very tight with the metronome and almost robotically so. And then to compensate or sort of, I guess, change that feel a little bit, I like to have a percussionist come in and add live percussion like shakers, bongos, whatever. So I've done that many, many times. Programmed a drum machine, rhythm pattern, and then had a live percussionist come in and augment that. And Mark Williams came in and played congas and shakers on this. And rainstick.
The fabulous Mark Williams.
Yes. Not much to look at, but, that's all right. I don't know. Of course, his wife's pretty lady, so he must be okay.
Either that or she has poor taste.
No.
Sorry, Mark. No.
Hey, Patty, Tom's number is...
She already has my number.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, everybody has your number.
42.
Yeah, 42. But anyway, so that's my recollection. But it was our first thing. And I remember we recorded it. We did about 7 or 8 sort of noodling through takes, and then we found one we liked, and then we spiced it up. So you got the basic piano part, and I got the basic melody. We got a take we liked of that, and we kept the same drum pattern on all of them. And then you went back in and added some nice synth parts, like a little sort of I think it was a synth brass patch on the lead that you took, and some strings, maybe a pad or something in the background. And then we kept that, and then we had Mark come in and add some congas and shakers and whatnot, and it was done. And I put that on my 2009 release. It's a jazz EP called Oceanside, and it's the last track on there. And it's really it's a good little track. And the Oceanside EP, how that came about was I wanted to work with certain people for a long time. Tom, of course, was someone that I'd worked with a lot but never written with, so I wanted to write with him. And we wrote that song, we finished it, goes, well, what are we going to do with it now? It's just kind of sitting here.
Yeah.
I had that happen with several other tracks on the album. I had a buddy, Frank Bonifazi, who's a professional puccoloist or whistler, for those of us that aren't cool enough to say puccolo. And he's
Puccoloist?
Puccoloist. Yeah.
He's a jazz whistler.
He's a jazz whistler.
And he's phenomenal.
He's phenomenal.
Absolutely phenomenal.
We actually, when I was teaching over at Midsummer Macon brought him down to do a couple classes on non-traditional music instruments.
We did a gig together.
And we did a concert. And then while he was in town, I wrote something called Whistle While You Work It for him to whistle on. And so I had that laying around. And then I had another track called Oceanside that Miguel Castro came and played steel drums on. And I had that laying around. And then I had something else called Scratch That Itch, which had was laying around. And a buddy of mine I had met when I was on tour in Hawaii was in Georgia for a brief moment. I grabbed him, brought him to play drums. Got another friend of mine in Atlanta to come do a little rap, sort of acid jazz rapping over about 8 bars. So I had all these little things laying around. And so we put it out on that album. But now we're going to remaster it. It's already mixed, but we're going to remaster it, do some tweaking, and re-release it with this collection of tunes, because the whole album is Mixture, and the reason it's called Mixture is for a lot of reasons. There's a blending of styles, there's a blending of genres, there's a blending of different instruments, but there's also the main thing is that Tom and I wrote all these songs together. And so I wanted to use that track again, because it's a great track, and it's going to be refreshened a little bit. So even if you have it already from one of the previous albums, you're going to want it again.
Indeed.
Yeah. So now, what do you have to say, Tom?
I think you pretty much
say something. Give me something memorable. Like say something like like Oscar Wilde would say. You remember what he said when he
2 wrongs do not make a right, but 3 left turns do.
That's pretty good. Because you know what his big statement was, his famous statement. You remember?
Well, no, what?
When he came into America for the first time, and the customs said, "Do you have anything to declare?" He said, "Only my genius." So there you go.
It's another artist who lived a wasteful life. But anyway.
Yeah. Good books, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you like to read. You don't like to read, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mainly I read computer manuals. How do I work this thing again?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, yeah. So it's Sunday Brunch. And by the way, it has, we'll end on this point, it really does have a very peaceful Sunday afternoon vibe to it. I think it's got a great, having a picnic on the beach feel, that kind of, or going to a buffet at like the Bellagio. It's got that great kind of feel.
So
as you can tell, I like to eat.
So that Sunday Brunch off the album Mixture. We will have some keep your eyes peeled in this space, because we got some exciting
free
announcements
stuff
coming. Free stuff. You know, half the time when you do free anymore in an email, you have to do FRE*.
Why?
Because the spam filters catch it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Free or something like that.
Oh, wow. I'll have to make sure I do that.
It's like everything else in life. The people who are dishonest make it hard for the people who are. Anyway.
I know. What takes one jerk that ruins it for everybody.
Really?
If we could find the jerk, though, we could stop that.
Really? So if you've met the jerk,
when's the
call
last
1-800.
No. Yeah, when's the last time we've had a good lynching?
As opposed to all the bad lynchings that happen.
I know, yeah. Pitchforks.
But we got that. We got some exciting news coming up about the secretive album design. The album design
artiste
you have been seeing on the vodcast is just something I threw
together.
Mock-up. It's a mock-up. It's a vague concept.
Yeah.
And I'm not an artist. Neither have I played one on TV. No, we got some exciting news about that coming real soon now, and some free possibility to win some free stuff.
And everybody loves free stuff.
Well, they do, depending on what it is, and you will want this free stuff.
You will.
So
because by the way, some of these songs have been known to heal baldness. So
you're going to get the FDA on us, aren't you? You're just determined to get the FDA on us.
I just want to meet them.
Okay.
And see if I can't convince them to change their name to something else. Because then I gotta have FDA.
And on that note,
bye. Bye, y'all.